Welcome to the Conan Fitness Exercise of the Month. Today we're looking at two, stiff leg deadlift and good mornings. Stiff leg deadlifts and good mornings. Let's have a quick look at a stiff leg deadlift. Get straight into it, Glenn. With the stiff leg deadlift and good mornings, we're looking at working the hamstrings predominantly. Now, if Glenn gets into his stiff leg deadlift motion, what you'll notice is that once you fully stand up, Glenn, I want him to start by accentuating his lumbar arch. So you're going to point your bum back and your chest tall. You'll also notice that for stiff leg deadlift, we have a much closer stance. His feet are quite close. If you were to stretch your hamstrings with your feet wide, you wouldn't get as good a stretch in the hamstrings as with your feet close. And since we're aiming for stretching the stiff leg deadlift, we're going to put our feet close. So from here, he's tilting his pelvis as much as possible. The chest is tall, and he's aiming to come as far over, going to a rep, keeping the shoulder blades back. Now, by keeping the shoulder blades back, really pull them back, Glenn. Not only are these muscles turning on to pull the shoulder blades back and keep the lumbar arch, but these muscles, with the weight of the bar, actually helps to tilt the pelvis. So, and now just stand up on it. So all he's going to do is a couple of repetitions showing that as we come over, the knees are bent only slightly, just slightly, so that the knees aren't locked out, but we also don't want them bending anymore because we're aiming for a stretch in the hamstring. That's it. Now as he comes right over, you notice that he's keeping the shoulder blades back. If you hold that there, Glenn, the bum's as high as possible. These muscles are actually working with the weight of the bar to tilt that pelvis and point the tailbone as high as humanly possible. Now, if he were to lower the bar even further, watch this here. Lower the bar right down, touch your toes. Some people like to get the bar as low as possible, but you notice here that all of that motion came from here, not the pelvis. You can stand back up. Right up, have a rest, good. So try that again, holding the shoulder blades back, come right over it, as much of a stretch as possible, good, and hold it there. That's about the extent of the hamstring stretch. Now go all the way down, down, touch your toes. Good, you see that range of motion came from here, that's not what we want. So standing all the way up, all he needs to go is to where the hamstring stretches, and that's as far it is. So now let's do a couple of reps just to that point where the hamstring stretches. Keeping the shoulder blades back, stretch it and back up forcefully. Good, that's low enough. If he can get the bar lower from stretching the hamstrings more, then fantastic. But that's the stiff leg deadlift. Now let's go to, flick it up. We'll go to good mornings. Good morning is essentially the exact same technique and the exact same exercise, save that the actual bar position is different. We've got the bar basically in a squat position. It may roll forward, so where you place it, some people prefer to have it a little bit lower, some people don't mind it high, just that as you go over it wants to roll up the neck, so keep it sturdy with the arms, but everything else is the same. So go straight into that, Glenn. With the stiff leg deadlift, we're aiming to tilt the pelvis as much as possible and come back up. Good. And as he comes right over, keeping the shoulder blades back, so go right over, pointing the tailbone like he's tilting that bum, getting as much stretch in the hamstring as possible without locking out the knees and coming up, and just do a couple of reps to finish off. Stretch the hamstrings, squeeze the bum. Good, all the way. Once you stretch the hamstring, you pull forcefully like you're pulling your tailbone to the ground. And it's almost like a seesaw. The tailbone goes up and pulls to the ground. Go again. The tailbone points to the ceiling and now pull down and it pulls to the ground. And that, folks, is stiff leg deadlift and good mornings. Good luck with it.